here in Silicon Valley, well, first of all, we're the driving force of the 8th largest economy in the world. California has the 8th largest economy in the world. And this is its engine, right here, Silicon Valley. So we need more of the brightest talent that we can bring in. And so that college education and the advanced degrees that we need to have people, we need that right here. But along with that, you also need the services and the other, aspects. So don't ever lose sight of the fact that there are people that are better able to provide another kind of service that helps support. Because I think the words I read were that for every software engineer that we hire in the Valley, there are 5 to 10 other people needed in other types of businesses to support that job. Whether it be for the company, or you live somewhere, so you need to go to the grocery store, you need plumbing, you need, all these other kinds of things. So, there's a whole infrastructure around every career, every person in this world. And it's really cool how we're all interrelated. So the other thing I learned growing up, and I learned it in college, and I learned it in the business world, is always treat people with respect. There are so many kids today that they'll argue a point with a teacher, and sometimes in a demeaning way. And I've seen this happen sitting in a classroom, just observing. We have to learn respect for each other, and especially when somebody's they got the upper hand, they're the manager or they're the teacher. Respect goes a long way, I think, in helping you get what you want. But I don't care whether it's the CEO of the company, or the janitor, or the receptionist. Everybody should be treated with respect and with kindness. And I'm telling you that if we learn that in this world, everything we do will be better, because everybody feels better about what they're doing, and they become more productive. So, and that's the way it is, the 16th day of August.
We would like to thank you for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule, especially considering it's not even 3 months before the November election.
Yeah, it's less than 90 days now.
Yeah.
No.
And congratulations on going through the primary.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And we wish you the best of luck on the election.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And if you want to get involved in the campaign, I've got lots of opportunities for that. And there's some research aspects of it. There's some knocking on doors. There's making phone calls. There's getting out and meeting people, coming to great events, and meeting some quasi-celebrities. So please, if you want to get involved, I'd love to, bring your friends. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Do you have any questions for us?
Well, I'd like to know, so you guys are about to become, now you're already seniors. Once you're done with your junior year, you're seniors. So that's cool. So what do you think? You're wearing a Math Jam shirt, so that's kind of, I like that. So you must be, somewhat skilled in math, right?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about for your college? Are you thinking about the college, like which college I want to go to, or what I want to do or be in college? What's more important at this point?
For me, it's what I end up doing
Okay.
after college.
Ah.
So I don't know what that is yet, but I'm pretty good at math.
Good.
So maybe it'll be somewhat related to math. It probably won't be like a editor of some the New York Times. Probably won't be that. So
Maybe you'll be writing crossword puzzles though.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it's more important for me to. It's like we're similar, because I need to see what I'm going to be doing with all this stuff that I'm learning, or else I don't feel motivated to learn it at all.
I can relate to that.
And then my performance suffers.
Yes.
So for me, I've learned that when I'm learning something, after I learn it and do the homework and whatnot, I need to find my own way to see how people use it, or find my own way to go apply what I just learned. So that's what I'm focused on. And right now for colleges, I'm doing some college research, writing some essays, but everyone is doing that.
Right.
So it's not, it's
exactly
not special.
So there's strength in numbers. Okay, so if everybody's doing it, You got a lot of people you can commiserate with, right? So, exercise that. In terms of knowing how you're going to apply anything that you're learning, remember that in some things in life, there are like mandatory requirements. They're the necessary evils. You have to complete them. You may not know how you'll ever apply them. So just make sure that you understand. It's like I tell my daughters, okay, there's basic things in college, there's those basic classes that you need, the GE, whatever requirements, the general requirements in every subject. Well, I don't care what you major in, you have to have these. Just power through them. Don't ever worry about how you might ever need them or how you might use them, but just know that you have to have them, so put in your time. It's kind of like you pay your dues. When I started my career with IBM, low man on the totem pole. I got the crummiest programs to work with, but within a year, I had the most advanced program. So you do the dull stuff as best you can, and know that the better you do it, the sooner and the better you'll get to that next step. And you got to believe in that. You may not always see it, because I've had other opportunities in life where, you do everything you can the right way, you work as hard as you can, and oh my God, the guy who was married to the brother-in-law of the owner got the job and I didn't, So stuff happens, but just understand that the effort you put in is at least equal to what you're going to get out. You may not see it right away, but it will be there. So I totally understand what you're saying about my motivation. I lose something in that. Don't let it get you down. Just say, I got to power through this. The better I do, the better I'll be. And go for it. How about you, Christina?
I'm similar to Wilson in that I'm kind of focusing more on maybe, what I could possibly do in college. And so I would actually like to explore a little bit more into the subjects that are not as much covered, for example, in like high school.
Uh-huh.
For example, I'd like to take more electives.
Oh, yeah, good. Well, I don't know what the number is today, but I know when I was going through college, and over time, my daughters are in college now, so I've looked at, the rates or the percentage of when do people decide what they actually want to do. And while now you may have to declare a major in the beginning in order to get into a school, still, a lot of people don't decide what they're really going to do or where their major is really going to be until later on. Because there's a lot more that you've got to experience. So whatever you have a penchant for, yes, go for it. The electives, as part of that, is going to give you that background in different areas to help you figure out where you want to go. That's really, really important. The more you experience, the better chance you've got of finding the thing that suits you best. So, how do you guys feel about making decisions? Like, do you question a decision that you made? And it's like, oh, I turned right, and oh my gosh, I wish I'd gone left. Should I have gone left, or do you guys do that, or do you just figure, hey, my decision was okay, and I'm on with that?
Well,
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Like, for example, at restaurants, usually I have not much of an idea of what's going on, so I'm just
Right.
like, okay, the third one.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know what it is, but whatever.
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I know that it's not productive to be stuck on the past,
Yeah.
but sometimes for those people, I like you ever go out of your house and then you have to check that you locked the door, and you go back and you go check again.
Yep.
Like, it's not productive, but I do it anyways.
Right, and I do too. It's like, but that's a verification kind of
Yeah.
process. What I would encourage you to do is, in life, life is about making decisions. It truly is the key to whatever life you lead. You made a decision to go to the path of architecture instead of psychology. That was a decision point. Don't look back and say, gosh, I wish I had done something else. Because you wouldn't be who you are if you hadn't made the decision that you did make. And you know what? If I'm in architecture and I decide psychology is where I want to be, I can always go back and do that. I may not have all the monetary means to do it at some point, but I can always find a way to go back and relearn something. But in my life, one of the things that I've learned, because I'm a very thoughtful person. I think about things a lot, and I love watching people. I observe a lot. And there was a period in my life where I started thinking, well, gosh, should I really have gone to this college? And I'm like, of course I should have. Everything that I did, I mean, I may not have succeeded in everything that I did. I certainly, I'm human, I fail at stuff. But I will tell you that every decision you make leads you to the person that you are. So never doubt that that wasn't the right decision, because God only knows what would have happened if you made the other decision. Okay? So keep that in mind as you go forward, and you know, keep working hard. You're gonna do great things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
So,